Hey guys, this is Chris here from EnderStudiosInc. It's recording. Yeah. And I'm going to be showing how to make the character that I said I would make a tutorial on. Sorry for the long wait, but let's get right to it. So first I'm just going to open a new Blender file. And I'm going to make it completely new. I'll even do file new. And by the way, I'm using 2.70, and I'm just going to go over here, under display, uncheck relationship lines, just makes it easier, you'll see why. Shading textured solids so that you can see the textures, and I'm just going to start my display of my keys for your convenience. So delete this, and I'm going to set this up how I want it. You can do the same thing. I'm just going to set up how I like to rig. So you can just watch me do this if you want to. And this is going to be used for the texturing. Just I do this so that everything is right there, right where I want it. So then I'm gonna drag this out, make it outliner so I can select my objects. So if I did that, I could just select my objects right here, and then right here I'm just gonna make 3 windows at the box of the icon for object mode. Right about halfway, I guess. Just past the box, I guess. I just need to make these. I need to make these 3 equal windows. Okay, that's close enough. So Shift C, Shift C, Shift C, so that it makes it to the center of all that's here. And then I'm gonna make sure you have a number pad for this. 3 and 7. And this makes it front view, right view, and top view. Okay, so this first square, we're going to tab into edit mode, scale it, hold control, and actually no, don't hold control, to 0.4. That makes it an 8 by 8 cube. We're going to rename this head and move it 4 above these 2 boxes. So basically 24 of these pixels above that red line. So we're going to do Shift C, Shift C, Shift C, Shift C, just so that it's the median point between this and the 3D cursor, I think. But okay, now we're going to give this a material. So go over here to material. It's already got it because I didn't delete this cube in the first place. We're going to rename this character. Put that way up, put this all the way down, drag this all the way up, and I'm going to go over here to shadow, receive transparent. That's going to be for if you want a hat. Sorry if you can hear the shower or something in the background, or just water running in the background. If you can hear it. And then over to the textures, character, make this image or movie, and I'm going to open a texture, and this texture is going to be in the description. It's just the reference skin for the 1.8 skin. This is just that if you download it off of any place, you'll get like a 1.8 skin because Minecraft is updated to then. But yeah, image sampling, uncheck bitmap interpolation, and make that feline, UV, and check alpha. And then that makes it a sharp thing, and there is alpha here. So what we're going to do now, see it's black there, but we're going to check transparency, turn this all the way down, and see the alpha stuff is like this. So now I'm going to open the Minecraft skin reference, press F to go to the center of it, press 1 and start texturing. So first I'm going to either do Control Tab and go to Face Select, or go down here and click the face and make sure that this is dark on the outside. Select all the faces, press A however many times, it's all up here, and then make it Minecraft skin reference, select all this and do R -90 if it's tilted to the left, and the top one R -90, since just make them all right side up. R 180, and with the Minecraft skin mapping, this is flipped on the y-axis, so SY -1. Tip for skinners, that's how you do it. So we're going to do S.125 to make it an 8 pixel by 8 pixel cube, and we're just going to move it over to the front face. Shift S, select the pixels so that it's looks like this, and then click on the one next to it, GX, drag it over here, Shift S, select the pixels, so that's the left face. And by the way, I'm doing this to the which way the character is facing, so that's the left face, and GX, and that one's the right face, GY, this is the top face, and I'm just going to drag this over here. And if you'll notice that this is upside down here, well, an upside down D, it makes it it should be a right side up B on the bottom. And then for the back, GX, Shift S, selected the pixels. Okay, so now we have our head mapping, and then we're going to duplicate this by doing Shift D, Z, do on the Z axis, hold Control, and make it 2 pixels below the first one, and then double click on this, rename it body, and then tab S Z 1.5 and then SY 0.5 to make it the dimensions of the body. And we're gonna drag this down here, and we're gonna map it how this wants us to. So just scale it, or you can drag these around and just make it fit however the mapping needs it. And I'm gonna do the right face. You know, see, this is if it's not textured right, it's gonna look stretched. So then that's the right face, and this is gonna be the top face, and the bottom face is already flipped on the y-axis, so SY. 2D doesn't have a Z axis, just keep that in mind, so it's Y and X. And we're just gonna map the back, which is the B here, and there we go. Tab, okay, and the tab is going in between edit mode and object mode. So here's the character, and then we're gonna press Z to go in wireframe mode, Shift D, X, and move it until the orange dot is on the line, and then drag it 1, 2 away from that, tab SX 0.5, and then we're going to drag this down here to the blue ones, and drag this until the top part is a square. It's not quite a square yet, but just map it until it's on all the lines, this and drag it to the front face and put this here. And if you'll notice, I'm just going to do Shift H to hide everything else. The I means inside, so that's where you won't be able to see it unless it's facing out. And then the O is the outside, and the B is the back side. T is the top. And then B is the bottom. And make sure it fits everything. Just make sure all the letters are on the left. And your finished product should look like this. So Alt H to unhide everything. Alright, let's rename this arm.L since it's to the left of the person. Shift DX and make it right on the edge right here. Rename this arm.R. Tab in edit mode, and how it's mapped, it's just up here to the mirrored letters, because in 1.8 you can map to separate arms. And then Shift D after you're out of edit mode, right here, tab, and drag it on the x-axis to the green mirrored one since it's on the right side and it's the leg, so it's green. And then leg.R, Shift D, X, tab, and drag it over here. And tab, and leg.L for leg left. So here we have the character skinned and modeled, and I'll just do Shift Z, which is rendered view, but we don't have a light yet, so go over here. Yeah, with the new update for 2.7 there's a rendered view, but I figured out the shortcut, Shift Z. Okay, so just turn on environment lighting, Shift Z, and you can see the person. And so now if you want a hat, then you'd do Z, zoom in until you see the little mini pixels inside of those pixels that we were using, Shift D, and then right click so that stays in place, tab, S, and drag it to one of those mini pixels, Shift S, selected grid, tab, and drag it all the way over here, Shift S, selected the pixels just so that it's on the hat ones, and that's the same with all these, and they're just like the arms. I'm not sure which one's the leg and the arm, but if you do have a skin, then you'll probably know. So if I do Shift Z, the head will look black, and that's because it has to have a light shining on it for some reason to show the alpha. So if I do indirect lighting, approximate, and then Shift Z, you'll be able to see it and it is over it. So that's how the hat would look. But it will slow down your rendering, so I'm just gonna uncheck that, and you'd rename that hat. But you just do it if you have hats on the other body parts of the person, then you just do what I do with these ones, and you make it the hat. So now I'm gonna show how to change the skin. So I'll just do image, replace image. This will also be in the description. And how I do it, make sure that the color of the eye, like the color of the eye is on this side, and the color of behind the eye, the white part, is right here. Just do white and then whatever the eye color of the character is. I copied the color from here and put it here, and make sure that the face is blank like this. And then after we're done with this, I already did a hats tutorial, but I'll show how to make this guy have 3D hair. That's not in the finished product, but it is what I will be doing. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Before I forget, how to save this file, save as. I'm just gonna put it on my desktop and put it wherever you want. I'm just gonna put it here and do Minecraft character rig, enter, save as Blender file, and make sure that file external data automatically pack into .blend is checked, so that if you transfer it in between machines, the textures will stay. If you don't, then there'll be a weird pinkish purpley thing. And to save it, just do Control S and click that, and you should see this no new files have been packed. Or if you add something from your own files, it'll say one new files have been packed, or 2 new files have been packed, or something like that. But I'm just gonna rename this character, and yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will actually see you in the next tutorial.